Hey yo, what up? It's your boy Joe, J to the O, aka Wriggle. If you know, you know. Hallelujah. So anyway, I want to make a video real quick just to show how bad the contemporary English version misses when it misses, right? Now I use the contemporary English version a lot. Right? I used to be King James Version only. I maybe started studying in late 2012, something like that. And it's now 2025, right? So I've been doing this for a little bit. And I used to be King James Version only, maybe up until about the past 2 years, year and a half, 2 years. And the reason that was is because in a lot of the King James versions, Isaiah 8 would end at verse 20. But the New Living Translation has verses 21 and 22, which were not in the King James versions I had my hands on. Lately, I have seen those verses pop up in the King James versions, but I think that's because their little secret is out that they've been hiding verses here and there. Anyway, I use the contemporary English version a lot because it breaks down the language and puts it in a contemporary English format so that you can get a clearer comprehension of what's being said, but I always check it against another version like the Amplified or the New Living Translation or even the King James, just to get a well-rounded view of what's being said in a verse if I'm confused. Also, if that doesn't clear the air, then what I will do is I will go to the King James Version with the Strong's or Brown's Driver Briggs dictionary numbers and look at what the word that's causing the confusion or words that are causing confusion, look what they originally meant in the Hebraic or Greek language to bring a clearer comprehension of what's being conveyed in that particular verse. Hallelujah. So, with that being said, yes, I do use the contemporary English version a lot. I think I said this in one of the past videos I made. I may or I may not have uploaded it because a lot of the videos that I've been doing, a lot of the videos I've been recording, I'm not really into editing right now. I may get into editing and things of that nature, but it's not about the package with me. It's more about the product. It's more about what is being brought to you, the information that's being brought to you versus the style or the image or the visual, in the visual way it's being brought. I just rather bring the information, but maybe one day I'll get into editing and try to clean it up a little bit, because right now I might record a whole 30-minute video, a whole hour video, and if I don't like how I said something, or if I don't like any little thing about the whole thing, I might just delete it and try to maybe redo it again some other time. Anyway, but I said that in one of my past videos, I said that I use the contemporary English version a lot, but sometimes it missed, and when it missed hard, and I wanted to show you a example of that. I was just reading Zechariah 6, and I seen an example of how it missed, and I mean missed hard. So let's go to it. This is Zechariah 6:12. We're going to go to the contemporary English. Hold on. Let's see. Where is it at? Oh, that's right. So with the contemporary English, sometimes they'll combine verses together. So hold on. So I got to go to Zechariah 6:1 even to find it. Because they'll combine verses, and then in them verses that they combine, when you try to look for that exact verse, it won't pop up. So as you can see, right here, they've combined 12 and 13. Right? Combined 12 and 13 right there. So let's read it. Tell him that I, the Lord all-powerful, say, someone will reach out from here like a branch and build a temple for me. I will name him Branch, and he will rule with royal honors. A priest will stand beside his throne, and the two of them, right? And the two of them will be good friends. Right? The two of them will be good friends. Now, that doesn't line up with the end time branch, the chosen one from the Davidic line. This ain't about that, but from my studies, and I can go through and make sure I'm correct in this. But in my studies, the branch, the chosen one from a Davidic line in the end time, who will be the prince, who will be the human authority under Jesus Christ, the King of Kings, he will be the king and the priest, because he will be a prophet like Moses, where he will speak face to face with the Father, correct? Just like Moses spoke face to face with the Father. The priest had the priestly duties, but Moses spoke to Yah face to face, right? Then when Joshua became the new leader, then the priest, I believe Eleazar, I'm not exactly sure, but in order for Joshua to talk to Yah, he would have to go to the priest, and the priest will use the and the thummim to get an answer for Joshua, because Joshua did not speak to Yah face to face, nor did anyone else. You have to go through the priesthood, right? But Yah is going to raise up a prophet unto like Moses, who will be able to speak to Yah face to face, because when he gathers his children, he will allow the chosen one from the Davidic line to approach him. Correct? And I can show you these verses, but this ain't about that. Maybe I'll do a more in-depth teaching about that later, because right now I'm in transition. I'm not in a spot or a space where I'm ready to record any in-depth teachings like that right now. But we'll see, maybe next week, maybe next month, something like that. But this is just to show how bad the contemporary English version misses sometimes. All right, so we see right here that the contemporary English version is saying that there's going to be a king, and there's going to be a priest, and they're going to be, and he will rule with royal honors, and a priest shall stand beside his throne. I do not like the way this app acts. This is Bible Hub. I like that they have different versions sprawled out so you can see them easily, but other than that, this app kind of sucks. I mean, this website kind of sucks. Anyway, now I'm gonna show you how bad this missed. We're gonna go to Zechariah 6:12 in the New Living Translation. So, tell him this is what the Lord of heaven's armies says. Here is the man called the branch. He will branch out from where he is and build the temple of Yah. Yes, he will build the temple of Yah, then he will receive royal honor and will rule as king from his throne. He will also serve as priest from his throne. And there will be perfect harmony between the two roles. Now, as you can see right there, that this version says that he will be king and priest, and that's how you know the branch will be king and priest, and that's how you know that it's going to be perfect harmony between the two roles, because they're going to go to the same person. Now, prophecies can be dual in nature, because Jesus Christ, Yeshua HaMashiach, is the King of Kings, and he is the new high priest. Correct? But also, the chosen one from the Davidic line in the end time, the human authority who will sit under the King of Kings, also known as the Prince, he will also be able to speak to Jesus, or the physical manifestation of Yahweh, face to face. Correct? So he will also be king and priest. Okay? Because he will be a prophet unto like Moses, much like Yeshua HaMashiach is. So prophecies can be dual in nature. Now, like I said, that's a more in-depth teaching, and we'll get into that maybe later. But for now, this is all I want to show, is that if you're on my Facebook or one of my socials and you see me post verses all the time, then you know I use a lot of contemporary English version. So I just wanted to just show, just be careful with the contemporary English version, and always make sure that you check verses that may be a little confusing against another version. Compare it against another version. Or maybe there's apps that you can actually have both versions right next to each other. So you can just compare and check like that. But sometimes the contemporary English version is spot on and is down, like hands down, the best translation for some verses. But then out of nowhere, it'll just be the worst translation ever, right? So you just got to check it and make sure that it lines up with what the rest of the scriptures teach, because nowhere does right now what I'm going to say is I have never seen anywhere a prophecy concerning a branch where there's going to be a priest that's going to sit right next to the king. I've never seen that. I've always seen that the king is going to be the priest, the high priest. And Jesus Christ is the King of Israel, the King of Kings, and he is the high priest, the new high priest. He speaks to Yah directly, and he intercedes for us, the Israelites. And when he comes back and gathers his children and brings them to the land promised to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, he is going to set one up from those people that he gathered to be prince over them, to lead them, one from the Davidic line, and he also will be invited to speak to Yah face to face, thus making him the priest. So anyway, bless y'all. Hallelujah. Shalom.